In 399 BC, the Athenian philosopher Socrates was tried and executed by the democratic government of Athens. He was found guilty of impiety and of corrupting the city's youth. His death remains one of the most studied trials in Western history. To understand the trial, it's important to understand Athens at the time. Just a few years earlier, in 404 BC, Athens had lost the Peloponnesian War to Sparta. The defeat ended the city's empire and severely weakened its political stability. Shortly after, an oligarchic regime known as the 30 Tyrants took control. Their rule was brief but violent, involving executions and political purges. Democracy was restored within a year, but the city remained politically fragile. It was in this atmosphere of instability and suspicion that Socrates was brought to trial. Socrates did not leave written works of his own. What we know about him comes primarily from his students, especially Plato and Xenophon, as well as from the playwright Aristophanes. He spent much of his time engaging Athenians in public discussion. Through a method of questioning, now known as the Socratic method, he examined ideas about justice, virtue, knowledge, and political authority. His conversations often revealed that prominent citizens struggled to clearly define the concepts they claimed to understand. While some admired this approach, others found it disruptive or embarrassing. In 399 BC, 3 Athenian citizens, Meletus, Anytus, and Lycon, formally accused Socrates. The official charges were not recognizing the gods recognized by the city, introducing new divine beings, corrupting the youth of Athens. Religious charges in Athens were closely tied to civic stability. Public religion was part of political life, and impiety was considered a serious offense. Some modern historians also note that Socrates had associations with individuals connected to the oligarchic regime, including Critias, one of the 30 tyrants. Although Socrates himself was not charged with political crimes, these connections may have influenced public perception. The trial was held before a jury of approximately 500 Athenian male citizens. There were no lawyers in the modern sense. Both the accusers and the defendant spoke for themselves. Our main account of the defense comes from Plato's Apology. In it, Socrates argues that he did not intentionally corrupt the youth and that he believed in divine guidance, though not necessarily in the conventional way his accusers described. He did not appeal emotionally to the jury. Instead, he defended his philosophical mission as a service to the city. The jury ultimately voted to convict him. The margin was likely narrow, though exact numbers are debated. After conviction, Athenian legal procedure required both sides to propose a penalty. The accusers proposed death. Socrates initially proposed that he be rewarded for his service to the city, though he later suggested a monetary fine. The jury rejected this and voted for execution. He was sentenced to die by drinking a mixture containing hemlock, a common method of execution in Athens. According to Plato's Phaedo, Socrates spent his final hours discussing philosophy with his students. When the poison was administered, it gradually paralyzed his body. He died shortly afterward, surrounded by followers. The execution of Socrates had lasting consequences. Plato, deeply affected by the trial, became critical of Athenian democracy and went on to develop influential political and philosophical theories. Through Plato's writings, Socrates became one of the foundational figures of Western philosophy. Athens did not collapse because of this event, but the trial became a powerful example of the tension between free inquiry and civic authority. More than 2,000 years later, it continues to be studied as a defining moment in the history of philosophy and political thought.